Hi, I'm Beth Gillette. I am a clinical psychologist and a yoga instructor, and I am offering another short mindfulness-based meditation video. So today I'm going to lead you through a strategy called r.a.i.n. It's an acronym. I'll be explaining what that is in just a moment. The r.a.i.n was developed by meditation teacher Tara Brach. And so remember that with any mindfulness-based meditation, the goal is to direct your attention with purpose and without judgment or criticism. So we're looking for a sense of supporting ourselves through kindness. And the r.a.i.n strategy in particular is useful for supporting yourself during a difficult situation. So the steps of r.a.i.n, and I'll take you through these step by step. The first step is recognize. That's sort of a you are here moment. What is going on right now? It's being aware of the current situation. So that's our first step to mindful awareness. The second step in r.a.i.n is to acknowledge, and that is allowing things to be just as they are, allowing reality to be just as it is without denying the reality of the situation. It doesn't mean liking it. It just means let be. As we move into I of the r.a.i.n, that is the investigate process. That's where we gently explore what is going on. We try to figure out if there's anything our experience has to tell us. And then N is the nurture process of the r.a.i.n. Based on what information we gathered, we use that information to give ourselves what we need. That is really the kindness part of the r.a.i.n, the nurture. So as we start this process, take a moment to find a comfortable seat. It's fine to be lying down as well if that works better for you. However works for you to stay alert and attentive during this exercise. To start, call to mind a recent situation that has been difficult for you. So that could be this larger global situation that we're all sharing. Maybe there are some aspects of that that have been particularly challenging to you. It might be something else, and that's fine too. As you bring this situation into your awareness, we will start with the first step of r.a.i.n, the R, and that is recognize. So recognize the signs of your responses to this situation. How are you reacting in your body? What is going on in terms of the emotions that you're feeling, the thoughts, perhaps physical sensations in your body, changes in breath, like your breathing speeding up. So recognize is our you are here moment, our awareness of whatever is there. Remember that we're not judging, we're just noticing what is there. You're collecting information. You're being curious about yourself. And then we move to the next step, and that is the step of acknowledge. Sometimes this is called allowing. It's even been called accepting. Accepting, I think, has that implication that we have to like it, but again, we don't have to like it. If we notice that we're feeling sad, we don't have to be happy about feeling sad or like that we're feeling sad. We simply want to create space that the sadness can exist. We're not trying to push it away, deny that it's there. So it's the sense of letting be with whatever is present. Not letting it go, letting it be. Once we recognize and acknowledge this is how it is right now in this moment, then we can move into the I of r.a.i.n, the investigate process. So here's where you take your curiosity from being more of a curious observer to being kind of like a curious scientist or maybe a curious detective. You sort of ask yourself questions about what does this mean for me? Not at all in a critical way, but in a very curious and supportive way. Like, hey, what's going on? What is my hurt in this situation trying to tell me? What is the message that I can get from this? when we are experiencing psychological pain, it's really not that different from when we are experiencing physical pain. When we touch a hot stove, we get an instant message to draw our hand away. With psychological pain, there's still a message. Sometimes it's a little less clear what that message could be. And so this investigating is trying to discover that. And the last step of r.a.i.n is the N, and that stands for nurture. Nurture is actually giving yourself what you need. So if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling lonely, you might have noticed that that meant you were missing somebody that you haven't been able to see, a close friend. Maybe you decide to set up a video call with that person, a Zoom meeting. How can you nurture yourself by giving yourself what you need? This can be a very individual thing. That need can be compassion, forgiveness, love. It might be something that you can give to yourself, something that you can ask for from someone else. A few more moments asking yourself, what do you need and how can you give that to yourself? You deserve it. Once you've moved through all 4 steps of r.a.i.n, the final part is called after the r.a.i.n, and it's a chance to just rest in the space of awareness that you've created. Mindfully be here. It also involves a little bit of non-identification. And what that means is to recognize anything that came up for you in r.a.i.n. Sure, that's a part of you, that's part of who you are and what's going on with you right now. It's not your identity. So if you identified sadness, sadness is not the whole of you. We are very complex beings. We're made up of so many different parts, and we shift and change. We may be sad now, later today not so sad, or tomorrow, or next week. So I hope that this exercise was helpful and useful for you. You can come back to it anytime. I will also list the steps of r.a.i.n below in the description. You can use it on your own. Thank you so much for being with me today.